Hi, my name is Kim Jacobsen. I'm a mom, I'm an attorney, and I'm a person living with Parkinson's disease. I've been filming a series of video blogs to raise awareness about Parkinson's disease and let people know what it's like to have early Parkinson's. So I've been getting out and about lately in the community. I've been seeing more friends as the pandemic has lightened up a bit. We've been seeing people outdoors, dining outdoors. I'm going into the office twice a week now. And what I've been consistently hearing is, Kim, you look great. And I was wondering why people keep saying that. Maybe it was the mask. No, I'm just kidding. Some people have seen me without a mask and they still say that. And I think it's because I'm happy. I've kind of gone through that initial shock of the diagnosis. I'm about 1.5 years out now from my initial diagnosis, and I'm more accepting of the diagnosis. And I've done research and just positive, feeling more positive about my life and what it's going to be like to live with this diagnosis. I'm also learning that maybe not everything is Parkinson's disease and you don't want to ignore medical problems that could arise. One of the things that I just assumed was Parkinson's disease was lower back problems and neck problems, because everyone gets stiffness with Parkinson's disease, and I do get a lot of stiffness. And I've been having these problems for a while. I went to PT, I did LSVT BIT, which is a Parkinson's physical therapy program, and I got some relief, but not as much relief as I would like to have gotten. And I've done 2 things that really have helped me with my lower back. Well, I want to sort of back up and explain that what I first found out is that my lower back problems were not totally Parkinson's related. I just had a bad neck and a bad lower back. I have some bulging discs and I have too straight a neck. And that was probably causing a lot of the pain. I did speak to a neurosurgeon who said I would likely have back surgery in the future. But in the meantime, rather than going right to steroid injections or I think it's cortisone injections, I decided I would try 2 other things. One of which I've tried before with little success, which is chiropractic care, and the other is a Pilates reformer class. In terms of the chiropractic care, I think you need to find the right chiropractor, but the chiropractor I'm seeing now has done wonders with my back. I never expected I would have such improvement. I'm going to actually try to do an interview with her within the next few months, because I think it would be great for people to hear about the work that she's doing, and she's just really a lovely person on top of that. In terms of the Pilates, so I've been doing something called a Pilates reformer class, which is Pilates on a wooden table with levers and pulleys and weights. And you could Google it, Pilates reformer. This particular class never has more than 4 people, so the teacher really is able to give you a lot of individual attention. And because the machine kind of limits your motions, it's much harder to do something that's going to irritate your body. Those 2 things, I feel like my back is better than I thought it could be, and I'm walking more easily, I'm moving more easily, and even my internal tremors, which is something that had been really bothering me, have really subsided. Symptom wise, I would say 2 things have sort of gotten a little more difficult, but most things have improved or have remained the same. I'm having some difficulty maintaining body temperature. When I get cold, I get very cold, and when I get hot, I get very hot, and it's hard to kind of cool down or warm up. The other thing I've noticed, which is super annoying and irritating more than really a problem, is I feel like sometimes I have that Parkinson's look. And for people who have PD or live with someone with PD, you're going to know what I'm talking about. That sort of deer in a headlight, especially when I'm taking pictures. And I admit I have a little vanity, and I'll take the selfie once in a while and I'll look at myself and I'm like, you look like you are out to lunch. So I've really been trying to work on being more expressive, and I'm trying to sing more, which is giving me more creativity and energy. But it is a little bit upsetting because I don't want people to think that I'm bored when I am talking with them. I want people to know that I'm fully engaged. So oftentimes if I'm dealing with someone new that I need to work with for quite a while, I might tell them, hey, I just want you to know I have Parkinson's disease. Sometimes I have facial masking. It doesn't mean I'm not paying attention to you. It just is part of the disease. But other than that, I'm doing pretty well. I've talked previously about giving up meat, fish, and dairy, and I've actually been doing that pretty well since last January, December or January. So, I'm almost at the 9 or 10 months at this point. And I do find my medicine is working better because the animal protein is not interfering with the digestion of the medicine, which is the reason I went on this diet. I feel like I have a little bit more energy, which I'm attributing to my medicine working better. So all in all, I would think that that's probably a positive. I still need to work on maintaining a healthy weight while giving up meat, fish, meat, chicken, and meat, poultry, and dairy, which sounds easy, but it's really easy to substitute those things with sugary carbs. So that's a work in progress. I still have some fatigue. It's definitely better than it was. I notice times of stress, it definitely gets worse, which isn't surprising. I would feel like that would be the case for anybody. It's been kind of I guess a challenging time in life. So my youngest son went away to college, and that's super stressful and sad for me as a mom. He's not too far away. As a matter of fact, I'm hoping to see him tonight, but we still miss him very much. I miss his presence in the house. And he's had his own growing pains with, getting adjusted to college life. And so as a mom, you always worry, especially when you're sending your kid away in a pandemic. You want to make sure they're okay. And it's a little nerve-wracking. The other thing that has happened to me, unexpectedly at work, I was given a lot of extra challenging work that I didn't expect to get. And the work was organizational in nature. And I would say before I had Parkinson's and before the pandemic, I would say, give me an organizational task. That is my jam. I am a great organizer. But I have to say, sometimes you just assume that you're going to have trouble with things. And I know sometimes I will get that Parkinson's brain fog where you're like, what is that word that I'm thinking of that I can't come up with, that I should know at the top, at the tip of my tongue. And so I was a little nervous, although I really wanted to do these new tasks. I was a little nervous, would I be able to do the tasks at hand? And it turned out I did them swimmingly. I should say myself, is I think I did a really great job, and people were really impressed and happy with the way that I did those tasks. And I think that gave me a lot of confidence that I can keep working and I can be a good contributor to my organization, and that I have a lot of skills and talents, and that Parkinson's is not going to take those things away from me. I still have had a little depression and anxiety on and off, and that really comes in ebbs and flows. And sometimes it seems to come for absolutely no reason. And sometimes there's definitely a situation that was like, oh, that really stressed me out, or that really made me sad, or that person really hurt me. I do kind of still think I'm a little bit overly sensitive. I don't know if that's the Parkinson's or me. I know the anxiety from that sensitivity is definitely worse. But I have to say, I'm still on my SSRI. I still think that that's been a blessing for me. It was really needed. I know that's not for everybody who has mental health issues, but for me, it's been really a lifesaver. I don't think I could have gotten through this pandemic and Parkinson's diagnosis without it. And I think I will likely be on it for as long as the near future that I can see, or probably beyond. I'm still going to therapy, although not as often, because I'm finding that I just don't have a lot to talk about. Just handling things. Things are being thrown at me. I might get stressed for a moment or two, and then I'm like, okay, what are the steps you need to do to figure these things out? Sleeping is surprisingly good. I'm really sleeping well. It's hard to get up. I don't know if other people with PD have that issue in the morning, especially when I need to get up early. I feel like kind of a zombie until I kind of start moving and my meds kick in. So that's been a little bit challenging, especially the days when I need to go to work. What I do is find myself getting everything ready the night before, which I never used to do. I used to do everything in the morning, but I'll pack my lunch, I'll pack my gym clothes if I'm going to the gym or going to Pilates. If I have something else to do, I'll pack a change of clothes so I don't wear dress clothes for my appointments. So just kind of coordinating that and making sure I have everything I need to get going. So in the morning, I literally kind of take my meds, jump in the shower, have a glass of water, get my hair and makeup done. Or actually, I haven't even been wearing too much makeup because you wear a mask most of the day, but maybe a little bit of a moisturizer, a little jewelry, and then I'm out the door. But the days that I'm in the office are definitely more exhausting than the days that I can work from home, and I really appreciate that we're still able to work from home. But I guess basically, I would say I'm just leading with optimism. I'm optimistic about my life, about this change in time, about our empty nest, about how our kids are doing. I'm optimistic that we will find a cure. And to that end, what I've been trying to do is do all the things that is suggested to do when you get diagnosed with Parkinson's, or probably with any disease, I would think. One is to educate yourself. So as I said, I've spent a lot of time educating myself. Two is to advocate for yourself and for others with the disease, which I've been doing. Three is to try to raise funds for a cure and treatment, which I've also been doing. But another thing that's really important is clinical trials. And the problem with Parkinson's disease is once you're on the meds, your opportunity for clinical trials is somewhat limited because they want to test people out who aren't on meds with new drugs. But I am enrolled in a few clinical trials right now that don't involve medication. One or two of them involve just giving information about what's going on with you in your life. And the other one that I'm doing soon involves just taking a series of MRIs of your brain and giving blood. So those things I can do. I'm going to have to do it without one dose of medication, but I'm thinking I'll probably be okay without just one dose of medication. It'll be kind of interesting to see. So I guess overall, I would say I'm just doing everything I can to live optimistically and positively and make contributions towards the PD community and to my life and my family and the community itself, just trying to do good work. I look forward to talking to some of you in person or via Facebook. There's a link in my video notes if you want to donate to the Michael J. Fox Foundation as a tribute to me. Feel free to add to that link. And I'm just thankful that you have listened to me and that I'm hoping life is good. Love and peace.